You are watching Independent TV7, giving you the best worldwide report at its peak. Yes, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel at Independent TV7. You can also click the bell icon to get more notifications. Thank you. My great people, you're listening to Independent TV7. The headline which says, my brother joined ԻΠΟB, Indigenous People of Biafra, to help stop Islamization of Nigeria. By Emmanuel. Facts emerged a weekend that Master Adibe Sylvester Chinemelum, alleged to be a chieftain of Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, who hails from Mpo, Ndemili North local government area, Anambra State, and whose name or whereabouts since 3rd September 2020, and has not been known as it is that he joined IPOB, and also to assist in stopping jihadism or the jihadist Fulanis from Islamizing the country called Nigeria, the Islamization of Nigeria. Well, making this disclosure to newsmen in Onitsha, Elder Brother Chinemelum, Mr. Emmanuel Adibe, revealed that we don't know if my sibling, Adibe Sylvester Chinemelum, either is dead or alive since 3rd September 2020, when he fled our house in Mpo to avoid being killed by federal government security operatives, especially the military, for being a member of Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra. We are Christians, and he was worried by the alleged move by federal government to Islamize the country, and that prompted him also to join IPOB. That is in his own state agitating for a sovereign state of Biafra, so that we will be independent. He fled to God knows who or where, and since then we have remained incommunicado with him, which made our family to believe that he may be dead or alive. Well, he is declared wanted alongside others to be killed for demanding for a sovereign state of Biafra and fighting against Islamization of Nigeria. And now, before his eventual escape, we had been living in fear, as no day would pass without soldiers and other security operatives being in our house as unwanted guests. Also, they are coming in search of my sibling, Adibe Sylvester Chinemelum, for elimination. Okay, they want to eliminate Chinemelum's brother. To continue, he said it was after several unsuccessful attempts in the family house in search of him that it dawned on the security men that he may have fled for safety, and they stopped coming. I have on more than 5 occasions. Yes, I have on more than 5 occasions. Whenever they came, they been harassed to produce him, and that made me to also sleep outside sometimes to avoid a deliberate or stray bullet hitting me to cause my untimely death. According to what he said, he's going to come again, that he always sleep outside, and also they come in search of his brother, and in coming, they don't just come, they will harass him also to produce him, which is the brother to Chinemelum. And that made him to also sleep outside sometimes to avoid a deliberate or a stray bullet hitting him to cause his untimely death. To buttress the point, I'll say the federal government of Nigeria, led by President Muhammadu Buhari, has really faulted Nigerians in every ramification. If you want to pinpoint, we'll say yes, in the area of human violation, all right, human rights violation, which started during the 2020 ends as peaceful protesters that were killed or that were shot at. The information minister claimed that it was a fake report, that DJ Switch had a footage of that incident, but as it is, we would say it's just a fallacy from the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, by saying yes, it's a fake report. But at the long run, you see the antecedent of the federal government of Nigeria. Well, to continue, I know that my brother has always been in the forefront of the agitation for a sovereign state of Biafra because of what the Igbo stands for, or Igbo race passes through in the hands of the jihadists, Fulanis, terrorists, being sponsored by the powers that be to Islamize the country. I like that word, the powers to be. They had forgotten that the powers also belongs to several men because men are also created by God, but I would say no one has a monopoly of power when it comes to dissemination of information, or when it comes to authority. Because I would say immunity might cover so many people, grace might cover you, but if you act with impunity, then definitely impunity will come back to you. Things will be merang. That's why we, are here in Nigeria. Well, somebody will say, how did we get here? Maybe he has been sleeping. Because I will still remind any other person that the government of yesterday, I would say they still want to the same and also rule forever, which can never be. The only person that had ruled, as a man, was Gaddafi. Yeah, you know the story of Gaddafi. Well, that will be a story for another day. But notwithstanding, as I continue, he says, I know that my brother has always been at the forefront of the agitation for a sovereign state of Biafra, or claiming for referendum, and it is because of what the Igbo race has passed through. Severally, our women, mothers, sisters, and wives have been raped, maimed, and killed, especially when they go to farm. And when we complain to federal government, it turns its face to the other side. Wow. In a nutshell, I would say the counterpart, I would say Sunday Igboho, representing a Yoruba nation, or rather Sunday Igboho is representing the citizens of Nigeria all over, as it is nationally, because he said he does not need anybody to sponsor, because through what happened when herdsmen acted with impunity and killed one of his friends. He said Dr. Aborode, who came all the way from Germany to come and float a company, or rather float a farm. So at the long run, the herdsmen, with their nonchalant attitude, they venture into his farm, earth all the crops. At the long run, when the man challenged or tried to challenge them, they brought out AK-49. Not even AK-47, they shot him immediately. For you to know that he's been, so as it is, because they do not value lives. And when Emmanuel reported that even if the Fulani man is being arrested, for example, when the old saga in Abarapa and in Gogonland started, I believe the OPC came out in full force, the Odua People's Congress, and they said yes, they are going to protect their people, even if the governors are not saying anything. But the people came out individually, and they defended themselves. So at the long run, they caught two Fulani men, and they were arrested by the OPC. So two of the OPC arrested two Fulani. As soon as they got to station, they released the Fulani, criminals, and they they detained the OPC. For you to know that there's an irony. I wouldn't say irony of life, but notwithstanding, people begat people. If there is justice for one, definitely justice should be for every one. And according to Ima, he said, I am happy that today the attack by these Fulani terrorists has spread a local wildfire across the country. Everybody is now feeling it and in fear of uncertainty, because people are being slaughtered like cows on daily basis in Nigeria, and the government of the day is not doing anything to stop it. Well, I would say the government of the day do not have that power, do not have that prowess. The only power they have is because we have a bilateral relationship with international organizations, so they have the power of incumbency to borrow money. That's the only thing they know and they have prowess for. Well, this is where I'm going to draw the curtain. I would like you to push through to the comment section and lay your comment. Let's see what your views are. Well, in our next article, yes, definitely we're going to progress the more. You're listening to Independent TV, whoever cares. Well, this is how it is.